Hello friends and welcome to this other video on Authentic English. Today I'm going to discuss transformation of sentences with you. So what I've done in the video is take a sentence and then wrote other ways in which the same sentence can be written. Okay? So this is going to give you some practice in how to transform your sentences in the exams. So without further ado, let's begin. Sentence number 1. I woke up early to avoid missing the bus. I woke up early so as not to miss the bus. Now, this is one way in which this sentence can be written. The other ways can be, I woke up early so that I don't miss the bus. So if you have to use so in the sentence, you get to use in either of the two ways, so as not to miss the bus, so that I don't miss the bus. If I didn't wake up early, I would miss the bus. So it's another way of saying the same thing. I woke up early or I would miss the bus. You can also say I woke up early or I would have missed the bus, or I would have missed the bus. Sentence number 2. The box was so heavy that I could not hold it. The box was too heavy for me to hold. So if you have to use TOO, too, in the sentence you can write it like, the box was too heavy for me to hold. I could not hold the box because it was not light. So this is another way of saying the same thing. You can also say I could not hold the box because it was heavy. So you can say it like, I could not hold the box because it was not light, or I could not hold the box because it was heavy. The third way in which you can say the same thing is, it was difficult for me to hold the box because it was heavy. So you can say the same sentence, you can see in so many different ways. If you have to begin the sentence with it, you can go for the third way. If you have to begin with I, you can use the second one. And if you have to use TOO, you can use the first form. The first sentence. So it all depends. Like, you have to practice these sentences in order to master them. And the only way that you can do transformations easily is by reading a lot and speaking English. Because if you practice speaking and if you practice writing, only then can you become aware of the various sentence patterns that exist in the language, and can you do these sentence transformations easily. Now, let's come to sentence number 3. He went to school although it was raining. Now, we can see that this sentence can be written in these 3 ways using the 3 very important words or phrases: despite, in spite of, and notwithstanding. So, we are asked a lot of questions in the exams relating to these words and phrases. So, let's see how can this sentence be written in that way. Despite the fact it was raining, he went to school. So with despite, you do not have to use the word of. In spite of the fact that it was raining, he went to school. Rest of the sentence remains the same. In spite of replaces despite. And in the same way, notwithstanding can replace in spite of and despite. Notwithstanding the fact that it was raining, he went to school. All the 3 mean the same thing. Okay? You can often scold him, he won't listen. Okay? You can often scold him. Or the sentence should be like, I think I made a mistake here. You can often scold him, but he won't listen. And that way also it's fine. However much you scold him, he won't listen. So this is one sentence pattern that I want you to know. However much you scold him, he won't listen. However much can be used in this form. No matter how much you scold him, he won't listen. So these are the 2 ways in which you can say the sentence number 4. You can often scold him, but he won't listen. Or it's fine in that way too. You can often scold him, he won't listen. There should be a full stop there, but it's fine. Now let's talk about more sentences. He's not only a good poet but also a good musician. Now this one is very easy. Besides being a good poet, he is a good musician. So you have to use the word besides. It's not beside, it's besides being a good poet, he is a good musician. You do not need to put also here in the second sentence. Also is not necessary, not required. He is a good poet as well as a good musician. So this one is very easy. Now sentence number 6. Ram is not the cleverest boy in the class. If you have to use this comparative form of the adverb, you can say it like, few, some, or many other boys in the class are cleverer than Ram. You can use few or some or many because it's not known whether Ram is cleverer than, whether many boys in the class are cleverer than Ram or just a few are. So you can use any of these, the determinants that you like. Ram is not as clever as some other boys in the class. So if you have to use the first form, you can use it like this: Ram is not as clever as some other boys in the class. So let's move on to sentence number 7. As soon as he saw his mom, he began to cry. Now, this is a sentence in which many people make errors. When you're using no sooner, you have to use did, do, or does after it, and you have to use the word than in the sentence. No sooner did he see his mom than he began to cry. Okay. Hardly had he seen his mom when he began to cry. When you're using hardly, you can use when. But if the same sentence is in the present tense and not in the past tense, like in sentence number 8, as soon as he sees his mom, he begins to cry. You will not say no sooner did. You will have to say no sooner does he see his mom than he begins to cry. So it has to be like this: hardly does he see his mom when he begins to cry. So these are the ways in which this sentence can be written. Hardly does he see his mom when he begins to cry. So if the tense is in the present tense, you have to start the no sooner or hardly sentences with the present tense as well. You cannot put them into the past tense or an entire sentence will become wrong. Now let's move on to other sentences. Okay, so let me find where sentence number 9, 10 and 11 are. Well, they are here. Only my mom came to meet me. None but my mom came to meet me. So it means the same thing. No one came to meet me except my mom. So these are the 3 ways in which the same sentence can be written. You can also say none came to meet me except my mom. So no one but my mom came to meet me, or none but my mom came to meet me. No one came to meet me except my mom, or none came to meet me except my mom, or only my mom came to meet me. So these are the 3 ways in which the same sentence can be written. None but my mom came to meet me means no one but my mom came to meet me. He patted the dog with care. He patted the dog carefully. Very easy. Needs no explanation. His friend cheated him. He forgave. He forgave his friend. Nevertheless, he cheated him. Nevertheless also means in spite of. So you can use it in this way in your sentence. So I think that I have given you ample sentences as examples of how you can use them in the transformations. Now, if there's any sentence that you need to transform using a particular word or a phrase and you're having any problems with it, just leave it down in the comment below and I'll be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching, and I'm sorry for not being able to upload videos very often. I've been busy and I'm sorry about that. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye bye.